Michael Torres pulled his wheelchair up to the trash can at the Shell station on Sunset Boulevard, and what he found inside was about to save his life. A half-eaten burger, still warm. But wait a minute, this wasn't just another day of survival. This was the 18th of July, 2023, and standing 15 feet away, someone was watching him. Let me tell you. Michael Torres was 34 years old, Marine Corps veteran, 2 tours in Afghanistan, Purple Heart recipient, and now he was digging through gas station trash in Los Angeles. How does this happen to a war hero? Simple. PTSD destroyed his marriage, nightmares destroyed his sleep, and pills destroyed everything else. By 2022, Michael had lost his job, his apartment, and his hope. His wheelchair, a reminder of the IED that took his legs in Kandahar, was now his only possession. That morning at the Shell station, Michael was doing what he did every morning, checking trash cans, looking for bottles, hoping for food. A black SUV pulled up to Pump 7, tinted windows, expensive rims, the kind of car that doesn't belong at a gas station in this part of La. The driver got out, baseball cap pulled low, sunglasses, black hoodie. He started pumping gas, but his eyes weren't on the pump. They were on Michael. Michael felt it, that stare. He'd learned to sense when people were watching. Usually it meant trouble. Usually it meant move along. But this guy didn't look away. He kept staring. Then he did something nobody ever did. He walked over. Michael's heart started racing. Here we go, another person telling him to leave. Another person calling him a disgrace to the uniform. The guy stopped 3 feet away. He looked at Michael's wheelchair, at the faded USMC tattoo on his arm, at the trash can Michael was searching. Then he took off his sunglasses and Michael's world stopped. Justin Bieber standing right there looking at him. Michael tried to speak, but nothing came out. Justin pulled out his phone, started typing. Didn't say a single word, just typed for maybe 30 seconds. Then he put his phone away, got back in his SUV, and drove off. Michael sat there in shock. What just happened? Did Justin Bieber just see me digging through trash? Did he take my picture? Is this going to end up on social media? Michael felt sick. He wheeled himself away from the gas station, found his usual spot under the 101 overpass, tried to forget the whole thing. But here is what Michael didn't know. Justin hadn't taken his picture, he'd taken notes. The USMC tattoo, the wheelchair, the location, the time. 3 days later, a man in a suit showed up at Michael's overpass. Professional clipboard, serious face. The man introduced himself as Robert Chen from Veterans Affairs. He said someone had filed an emergency housing application on Michael's behalf. The application had been approved. There was an apartment waiting, fully furnished. First 6 months paid in advance. Michael thought it was a scam, had to be. Things like this don't happen to people like him. But Robert Chen handed him keys, a real address. 2847 West Temple Street, Unit 4B. The apartment was real. 1 bedroom, clean, safe, furniture, kitchen supplies, everything. Michael cried that first night, first time he'd slept in a real bed in 14 months. But that wasn't all. August 2023, a letter arrived. No return address. Inside was a prepaid card, $2,000, and a note written in pen, "Keep going, you are not forgotten." September, another card, another $2,000. Another note, "Your service mattered." October, November, December, January, 6 months. Every single month, $2,000. Always the same handwriting, always a different message, never a name. Michael tried everything to find out who was helping him. He went to the VA office. They had no information. Anonymous donor, completely untraceable. He tried to refuse the money. They told him it was already deposited into an account in his name. Michael started putting his life back together. The apartment gave him stability. He found a therapist who specialized in veteran PTSD, started going to meetings, got into a job training program for disabled veterans. By January 2024, Michael had a part-time job doing computer repair from his apartment. It wasn't much, but it was honest work, it was purpose. And then everything changed. The 14th of February, 2024. Michael was scrolling through YouTube when he saw a video. The thumbnail showed Justin Bieber at what looked like a veterans event. Michael clicked it. The video was from a VA hospital in San Diego. Justin was there visiting wounded veterans. No cameras, no press, just him and a guitar going room to room, playing for soldiers who'd given everything. A nurse in the video said something that made Michael freeze. She mentioned that Justin did this every month, had been doing it for years, completely private, and that he always asked about homeless veterans in the areas where he performed. Michael's hands started shaking. He thought back to that day at the Shell station. The 18th of July, Justin staring at him, taking notes. Could it be? Michael started researching. He found forums, veteran support groups, and slowly, stories started emerging. Other veterans, other cities, same pattern. A homeless vet in Phoenix. Someone paid his rent for 4 months. Anonymous. The veteran, Marcus Johnson, had been living behind a Walmart. One day, a property manager showed up with keys, said the rent was covered. Marcus thought it was a mistake. It wasn't. A disabled Marine in Chicago. Medical bills paid in full. No name attached. Jennifer Walsh had $47,000 in medical debt from surgeries related to her service injuries. Collection agencies were destroying her credit. Then one morning, every single bill showed as paid, zero balance. The hospital had no explanation. Anonymous wire transfer, a Navy veteran in Houston, job training program fully funded. Mystery donor David Kim wanted to learn welding, but the program cost $8,500. He'd been saving for 2 years and had only $1,200. He applied anyway, knowing he'd be rejected. 3 days later, the school called. His tuition was paid in full. Someone else's name was on the check, but the real donor remained hidden. The stories kept coming. Seattle, Nashville, Miami, Atlanta, Boston, 20. 3 veterans, different cities, same time period, all anonymous, all around $12,000 in total support, and all of them had one thing in common. They'd been spotted in areas where Justin Bieber had recently been. Michael created a spreadsheet. He mapped every location, cross-referenced with Justin's concert dates and public appearances. The correlation was impossible to ignore. Phoenix veteran helped. Justin had performed there 2 weeks earlier. Chicago medical bills paid. Justin had been in town for a radio interview. Houston job training funded. Justin's tour bus had stopped there for repairs. Every single case lined up, every single one. Michael made a decision. He had to know. He contacted Justin's management company, sent hundreds of emails, called every number he could find, left messages everywhere. 3 weeks later, his phone rang. Unknown number. It was Justin's assistant. She said Justin wanted to meet him in person tomorrow. A coffee shop in Studio City. Michael couldn't sleep that night. The next morning, Michael wheeled into the coffee shop 30 minutes early. His heart was pounding. At exactly 10 a.m., Justin walked in. No disguise this time, just him. He sat down across from Michael, and for a long moment, neither of them spoke. Then Justin said one sentence. He explained that his grandfather had been a Korean War veteran who'd struggled with PTSD and homelessness in the 1970s. Nobody helped him. He died alone under a bridge in Ontario when Justin was 5 years old. Justin's mom had shown him pictures, told him stories, made him promise to never forget. Justin said that when he saw Michael at that gas station, digging through trash with a Purple Heart tattoo on his arm, something broke inside him. He couldn't save his grandfather, but maybe he could save someone else's grandson. Michael lost it. He started crying right there in the coffee shop. Justin did too. But here is where the story went viral. Michael posted about the meeting on a veterans Facebook group, just a simple post. He explained what Justin had done, the 6 months of secret support, the 23 other veterans, everything. The post got 50,000 shares in 12 hours. News outlets picked it up. CNN ran the story. Fox News, MSNBC, the story was everywhere. Veterans across America started sharing their own experiences. Turns out Justin had been doing this for 5 years, not 23 veterans, 74, maybe more, all anonymous, all quiet. The total amount, over $1.2 million of his own money, no foundation, no tax write-offs, just direct help. People went absolutely crazy. Number Justin Helps Veterans started trending worldwide. It hit number one in 43 countries. But Justin didn't want attention. He released one statement, simple and direct. It said that his grandfather deserved better, and that every veteran deserves better, and that the real heroes were the ones who served, not the ones who write checks. He asked people to donate to veteran organizations instead of praising him. Within 1 week, veteran charities received $8.4 million in donations, all because of Justin's story. But something else happened too, something nobody expected. Other veterans who Justin had helped started coming forward, not for publicity, not for recognition. They came forward because they wanted to say thank you. A 58-year-old Vietnam veteran named Robert Patterson. Justin had paid for his daughter's college tuition, $32,000. Robert had been working 3 jobs, still couldn't afford it. An anonymous scholarship appeared, 4 years, fully funded. His daughter graduated with honors. She is now a pediatric nurse. A female Iraq War veteran named Christina Moore. Justin had bought her a specialized van, $54,000. Christina was paralyzed from the waist down. She'd been using public transportation for 6 years, missing job interviews because the bus routes didn't work. The van arrived with a note, "Your sacrifice bought our freedom. This is the least we can do." 41-year-old Afghan war veteran named James Liu. Justin had funded his entire PTSD treatment program, 2 years of intensive therapy, $78,000. James had tried to end his life 3 times. The treatment saved him. He now runs a peer support group for suicidal veterans. He has saved 19 lives so far. The numbers kept growing, not 23 veterans, not 74. The real number was over 200 across 8 years in 41 states. And here is the thing that really got people. Justin never announced any of it, never posted about it, never used it for publicity. His team didn't even know the full extent. He'd been doing most of it. Personally, seeing a veteran in need, taking notes, making calls, sending money, moving on. One journalist did the math. Justin had spent approximately $3.7 million of his own money. No foundation, no sponsors, no tax benefits, just direct, quiet help. The Department of Veterans Affairs reached out. They wanted to create a program, a rapid response housing initiative for homeless veterans. They asked if they could name it after Justin's grandfather. Justin said yes, but only if they also named it after Michael Torres, because Michael's survival, his fight to rebuild, that was the real inspiration. TODE, the Torres-Bieber Veteran Housing Initiative, operates in 37 cities. It has housed 1,847 homeless veterans. The program has an 86% success rate for permanent housing placement. Michael Torres now works for the program full-time. He is the Veteran Outreach Coordinator. He goes to gas stations, underpasses, and shelters looking for veterans who've fallen through the cracks, just like he did. And Justin, he still does it, still visits VA hospitals, still quietly helps. The only difference now is that other celebrities started joining him. Chris Evans, Dwayne Johnson, Tom Hanks, they all started their own veteran initiatives. On the 18th of July, 2024, exactly 1 year after that gas station encounter, Justin and Michael went back to that same Shell station on Sunset Boulevard. They brought 50 volunteers, set up tables, offered free food, medical checkups, housing applications, and job counseling to any homeless veteran who showed up. The line stretched around the block. Local news crews showed up, but Justin refused interviews. He spent the entire day just listening to veterans, shaking hands, taking notes, just like he always did. 127 veterans came. 84 of them are now in permanent housing. At the end of the day, Michael wheeled up to Justin. They didn't need words anymore. They just understood. One moment of attention, one decision to help instead of look away. That is all it took. Michael pulled out something from his wheelchair bag, a folded piece of paper. It was the first note Justin had ever sent him. "Keep going. You are not forgotten." Michael had kept it for a year. He handed it back to Justin with his own note attached. You saved my life. Now I save others. The cycle continues. Justin's grandfather never got that chance, but because of one gas station encounter, 74 other veterans did, and counting. If this story moved you, think about the veterans in your own city. The ones at intersections, under bridges, at gas stations. They're not invisible. They're someone's grandfather, someone's son, someone's hero. One moment of attention can change everything.